Before we talk about the players Manchester United has signed on short-term deals, let's take a look at what Besiktas asked Manchester United for in order to sign Weghorst. It has been revealed that Besiktas will let Wout Weghorst join Manchester United if they can find a replacement striker and get money in return. Weghorst, who is 30 years old, has become an unexpected transfer target for Erik Ten Hag. After losing Cristiano Ronaldo, Ten Hag is desperate to sign a new forward this month. Even though he didn't do much at Burnley last year, Weghorst stood out at the World Cup for the Netherlands. He is a good fit for United, who can't spend a lot of money in January because they spent more than £200 million in the summer. But it won't be easy to make a deal because Weghorst is on loan at Besiktas for the season, and the Turkish giants don't want to lose him. All sides are talking to try to find a solution. According to Turkish news outlet TRT Sport, Weghorst's agent, Simon Siziamer, met with Besiktas officials early on Monday. His client wants to leave Turkey quickly so he can move to Old Trafford, but Besiktas won't let him go until they have a good replacement lined up. The 16-time winners of the Turkish Super League would also want money to let Weghorst go back to England. Weghorst had trouble making an impact when he joined Burnley in January of last year. He only scored 2 goals as the Clarets were kicked out of the Premier League. Since he moved abroad, he has been much better. In 21 games for Besiktas, he has scored 10 goals. When he seemed to wave goodbye to Besiktas fans after scoring in their win over Kasımpaşa on Saturday, the striker added to rumors that he might be leaving the team. Besiktas sporting director Ceyhun Kazanci didn't like what Weghorst did on Saturday, and he said that the club wouldn't do anything about the on-loan Burnley striker unless they could get something out of it. Some United fans around the world don't understand why the club keeps making short-term signings that don't do much more than cover up some pretty obvious cracks. The Red Devils should be able to attract some of the biggest names in world football. Take the most recent rumor. Since Cristiano Ronaldo left United under a cloud, manager Erik Ten Hag is looking for a new striker to help United's attack. Wout Weghorst, a forward who couldn't really make it at Burnley, is now expected to be introduced as the newest player at Old Trafford. This is a big surprise. Well, I'm gonna show you guys some of United's short-term signings in the past and talked about how they did. Radamel Falcao. United had high hopes for Falcao when they took him on loan from Monaco for the 2014-15 season. They paid £6 million for the loan and had the option of making the move permanent for £43.5 million at the end of the season. Even though Falcao was benched twice in favor of a teenager named James Wilson, and the team's manager at the time, Louis van Gaal, later said he had no regrets about the decision, it was not a good run. Falcao's worst moment was definitely when Van Gaal made him play for the club's under-21 team. He was taken out of the game just after the hour mark. Diego Maradona said that the Dutchman was closer to the devil than anything else. United didn't want to use the option to keep the forward on a permanent basis, so that's not a surprise. Victor Valdez. Valdez was never supposed to play for United. A few months before his contract with Barcelona ended, the goalkeeper agreed to move to Monaco. Monaco pulled out of the deal because he hurt his knee. Before Valdez signed an 18-month contract at Old Trafford, United gave him a place to finish his recovery and get back in shape. Even though Valdez was only supposed to fill in for David de Gea, things went bad when the Spaniard allegedly refused to play in a reserve game. As a result, manager Van Gaal said in public that the goalkeeper would be put on the transfer list. Valdez didn't get a squad number for the next season, so a year after joining United, he went on loan to Standard Liège in Belgium. Bastian Schweinsteiger was bought from Bayern Munich for £6.5 million in the summer of 2015. He had a good start at United, but when Jose Mourinho became manager, the end of the German's career began. The experienced midfielder was quickly demoted by Mourinho and sent to train with the under-23 team, a move that caused a lot of backlash. At the time, it was thought that many of the top players in United's locker room were shocked by how Schweinsteiger was treated. The World Cup winner didn't play for the club at all for a whole year because Mourinho put him on the bench. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the only name on this list that can be counted as a good signing. Ibrahimovic was brought in as a free agent and signed for a one-year deal with the option to extend. Because of how well the legendary Swedish player played, United didn't have much doubt about whether or not they would use that option. The Swedish striker scored 15 goals in his first season with the club, making him the oldest player in Premier League history. He also helped United win the League Cup and the Europa League in 2017. The last player is Odion Ighalo. Ighalo was so eager to make the move happen that he admitted in public that he had taken a pay cut from what he was making at Shanghai Shenhua. Ighalo joined Manchester United before the COVID-19 pandemic. His first loan was supposed to end in May 2020, but the Red Devils announced that they would extend it until January of the following year. Ighalo scored a couple of goals in the Europa League, but he didn't have the effect that was hoped for. Signing a new player for Manchester United is hard and complicated right now because it seems to happen out of the blue. We need to keep paying close attention to the news about who will join Manchester United. Like I said, that Man United needs to get new players because they don't have real striker. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. Also, thank you for watching.